Wagwan. So I've been sitting here for the past couple minutes and I've been thinking about the past years on how I found freedom, influence, and control in my life. And thinking about the different principles that kind of got me into that frame. And I'm sensing that it all kind of faces towards this one point. And that point is just being boring in life. And I had to think prior to that to where my life seemed like it was always up to something, like always seemed intriguing, interesting, always seeing new experiences and always filled with fun. And like, you know how Instagram is, where it's like everything looks perfect, like, oh, they going on vacations, oh, they posing in front of new cars, just new events, and always all over the place, like moving so fast and so quick. But in reality is you're just getting yourself into those situations, into those places, into those events, those social meetings and groups, just to seem like you're doing something. And when I say that, I had to think about how I got my sense of freedom, control, and influence is because I separated myself and allowed myself to no longer live into what society deems as like social fun and interesting, and just stop interacting with being in the mix. I'd allowed myself to enjoy being boring. And when I got into that place, I can remember that I was alone. And yes, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. I was alone in this part of my life. I was alone where I didn't have anyone around me because everyone was out always doing something, going out on weekends, going to parties, going to football games, basketball games, just going on vacations and stuff like that. I had to separate myself. I had to slow down and say, hold on. Because I wanted to look into my life instead of always being around other people. Like, whenever you're around everyone else all the time, you never have a chance to look inward because you're forced to look outward. You're forced to look in your surroundings. So I had to separate myself and look in the mirror, and I had to figure out what I was truly interested in. I had to figure out the different places that I wanted to grow in and what I deemed as special in my life. And when I recognized those things, it was completely different to what I was doing at that time. It was completely different to what I was partaking in within society, within my friend groups, within all my peers, So like when everybody else was out partying, having fun on weekends, and doing this, that, and the third, whatever it may be, I sat alone every single night in a routine, like it was clockwork, just doing the complete most boringest things ever. But it was like something that nurtured me. And at first it was like I had to flip my switch. I had to flip the switch in my brain to say, stop looking into the Snapchat, stop looking into the Instagram stories, stop looking into the Facebook posts, stop worrying about what those people are doing. You have to focus on you. You can't feel like you're missing out on something. You can't have FOMO. You have to look into what is going on right here, right now. So I would be every single night, get home from work long hours, gym. I need to learn something. I need to pray. Repeat. Work, gym, learn something, pray, repeat. Boring lifestyle, repetitive. Yes, it was completely boring, but it was planting seeds into the life that I actually wanted. It was the seeds that would actually nurture me and give me back the fruits that would allow me to live a more fruitful life, to live a more extravagant and interesting life, instead of me going out every single week, me going out, getting drunk, getting high, whatever it may be. It was a lot more interesting for me because I was able to feel alive, like working in the gym. It allowed me to see the different limits I could push myself physically. Me learning something, and when I say learning something, I was learning about any and everything I can, because I wanted my mind to continuously picking up interesting little points instead of me observing different things out in this world and seeing them at face value. I would pray every single day. I know, like, that was one of the biggest things that I would pray about is, I know I haven't lived the life of my full potential, but Lord, bring me into that state of mind, bring me into that element so I can achieve my full potential and serve others in this world. I don't want to feel useless. I want to feel like I'm being utilized through you, Lord. Like, allow me to become a vessel in your name and in your praise. Like, speak and act through me, Lord. Allow my words and my actions to mean purpose, power, and meaning. I don't want to be out here just doing whatever. I don't want to be one of these young men just out here living their life for the sake of having fun. How does getting drunk serve the next man? How does getting drunk serve society? How does getting high serve society? And then next generations to come? How does going out every single week? How do my thoughts, how do everything that I say, oh, just making jokes here and there with friends, and those conversations never lead into something truthful? Well, you never learn anything when you're out in the mix with these people. I was never learning anything that I could actually take and sit with and apply it into my life. They were always just jokes, always just nonstop. I need truth. I needed truth within my life. So I had to separate myself. So I could actually live fruitful and live up to the true potential that God has given me, that implemented within my life before I was even born. And it's the same for you. You had to live within your full potential, the potential that was already written before you were born. Stop getting stressed out over those little petty problems that you're facing right now. You have to look at the bigger picture for what it is. So I applied myself. I flipped the switch in my brain. I allowed myself to be boring. I allowed myself to say, yeah, I'm not going to go out with them. Actually, so it started off with, yeah, I'm not going to go out with them this week. Next week, same thing. Next week, same thing. Week after week after week. And eventually you start to recognize that maybe these people that I find and deem as friends in my peer groups and everybody that I socialize with, maybe they don't have the best interests at heart for me. Maybe we're not, you could be connected, but it could be like this. You're not on the dot with them. You may not, sorry, I'm trying to get this to what's it called? I don't know what I'm thinking. To focus. That's the word. Maybe you're not aligned with whatever they're trying to do. And that's okay. You have to say, okay, I respect whatever they're trying to do, but I had to also respect me. So I will do what I have to do, which is go away and handle everything that I need to handle. I need to get focused, stay sharp, align with my goals and my purpose, and live up to my full potential. No one else will live that out for you. No one else will take your hand and say, hey, let's go. We're going to live out your full potential for you. I'm going to lead the way for you. It's all on you. God will take you halfway there, but you have to do the rest of the effort. God will take you there. You have to do the rest of the effort. God will take you into battle, but you have to fight. So that was the chapter where I flipped the page, flipped the switch in my brain, and allowed myself to be boring. And I see how it played out in the long run. To where I'm... It's so funny because everything that I do now is a sense of success. Everything that I stepped away from is a sense of short-term gratification. Like everything I was doing with all my old friends and everyone that I used to hang around with was always so short-term. Like as I was saying earlier, how does going out every week serve society? Like now, what I'm doing now within my stage of life, me sharpening myself every single day, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, socially, whatever it may be, it is for the long-term sense. It's allowing me to, yes, benefit for myself, but also serve my family, my friends, not like my friends now, that do the same thing where I give them value and they give me value. My family, my friends, society, my community, my online community. Me bringing out value into different avenues to where other people can learn as well. And we can exchange conversation and go back and forth and learn with each other and just be open and genuine, allowing us to better ourselves, but at the same time come hand in hand and, talk about each other's journeys. But I recognize that now this is the most important thing, is recognizing that you don't have to live into society's normal little natures with their little parties, their events, and this, that, and the third. You don't need to live into the hype. Step away from the mix. Go away for a minute. Like that saying now where it's like lock in and, disappear for 6 months. No. Disappear for fucking years. Excuse my language. Disappear for years. And it's not even really like disappear. It's more so just walk away from whatever you're taking on. Like walk away from whatever is dragging you down. Walk away from it. And if it's like the family, the friends, the social groups, if they see you, they see you. But you're so focused on whatever you're trying to do that it's still love. It's like you have to be genuine about it, like genuine and honest about it. Like, yes, I'm focusing on myself, so I have to separate. Yes, I'm focusing on myself, so I can't go out with y'all this week. Be open and honest. They have to respect your process, the way that you live your life. And if they don't, That's on them. You don't need to be with them. They don't own you. You don't own them. You have no ties with them. You had to live as an independent being to have your own freedom within this world. Why are you looking into what my best friend will say if I say that I want to go and just stay committed to my goals and disappear and go ghost? Who cares what anybody says? It's all up to you and God. Why are you bringing other people into your conversation with you and God? They have their own conversation with God. So allow yourself to just go away. You don't have to say sorry. You don't need to give explanations. Just do you. Focus. Be boring. Yes, it's going to seem like you're missing out on a whole bunch of fun. A whole bunch of new memories, new stories. But you have to live in that zone to where it will benefit you and it'll allow you to open up. And that's where you will find the fun. You will see, dang, I've never known I was able to open myself up and reach this new limit. I just pushed myself so crazy. Now that's fun. That's interesting. That's my message for you guys. I gotta head out of here. It's getting hot. I'm about to turn on my car, blast some AC. But you don't need explanations. You don't need sorries to do what you want to do. Live away, drift away from what society deems as fun. Stop living into the hype. You don't need to go out to the parties. You don't need to go out to the events. You don't need to get blacked out drunk. You don't need to get super high every single day, every single week. But you're lacking in your goals. But you're lacking in your purpose. But you're lacking in your relationship with God. Come on. You need this. That is my message for you. Peace and love. Ima Yuvan.